Bless you. That was right as we went live.
No.
God
God
bless you.
Thank you.
You have exquisite timing. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Sunday Night Fiction Club. For those who are watching live, and I see we've already got 7 viewers, we apologize for the delay. We had some time traveling.
Oh, God.
And some technical difficulties.
Yeah.
It happens.
That's what happens when you travel that time vortex between Nashville, Tennessee, and Jackson, Mississippi.
That's right. So wait, you're in Tennessee or Mississippi?
I'm in Mississippi now.
Oh, okay. What are you doing there?
I'm on my way to New Orleans for the Romance Times convention.
Oh, fantastic.
At the Marriott on Canal Street in New Orleans. I left with my friend C.G. Powell on Saturday morning.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I had some feedback
Hold
here.
on a second.
All right.
Hold on. I've got something weird going on. Hold on.
I think it was on this end and it's fixed. Was it sound?
Okay. I got it fixed now.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can. You sound great.
Okay.
You said you're there with CG?
CG Powell, Christine, and we went to Nashville Saturday night, and her brother took us on the midnight tour of Nashville for 2 hours. We drove around, went down all the cool streets where all the bars and the music, and Nashville is a happening place.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
I've always heard it was a fun place. I've never been.
And I discovered something I never knew, and I'm sure everybody else knows this. I did not, but apparently there is a precise replica of the Parthenon in Nashville.
Really?
Really.
Wow.
I have photographs. I'm going to put them up on my blog.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So when does what is it,
Romance Times.
Ruby Romance Times? Yeah. When's that start?
That starts Tuesday or Wednesday, I believe. But we're going to
fantastic.
get there. We're going to get to the hotel tomorrow. And, yeah, I'm in a time warp. So what happened to me was about 8:30 tonight, I was on my way home with friends. We met up here in Jackson, Mississippi, which is David Hasselhoff.
David Hasselhoff. David Hasselhoff is here?
David Hasselhoff is here in my hotel room with me.
David, can David come a little closer to the camera? Is that possible?
David, can you come a little closer to the camera? I have to translate because he can't hear very well.
Oh, okay. David, you look wonderful. You look great. You haven't changed since Knight Rider.
He said, you look wonderful, you look great, you haven't changed since Knight Rider.
I have all your DVDs, and I have your musical CDTs, your CDs, including the album Night Rocker, which was fantastic.
You scared him off, buddy.
Oh, wow. It was the nice slow motion run.
Yes, like he was running like he does on the beach. But he's had a little brain damage because he had too many margaritas in his lifetime. So here he comes. Here he comes.
Okay. Oh, wow. That's fantastic. And I never knew the Hoff had a ponytail in the back before.
I know. Isn't that great? He grew his hair out.
Yes. Fantastic. And I think we also have author Liz Schulte there.
Yes, this is Liz Schulte in the back.
Okay. Everyone go check out Liz Schulte and her great books online. Can you hear me? Melissa, can you hear me right now? We're getting some sort of delay here.
Oh, okay.
Okay, now we're good. Now we're good. So hey, before we get into our topic, I just want to wish you a very happy Mother's Day.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're a great lady, great mom. Your kids are very lucky. So happy Mother's Day.
Oh, thank you.
You're very welcome.
They called and I called and we all said happy Mother's Day. But they took me out for Mother's Day before I left to go on this grand adventure.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. I hope you had a good time. So speaking of mothers, we're doing the show based around fictional mothers tonight, because we're very, very topical.
Yes, we are.
If we're anything, we're very topical.
Yes, we are.
So we're going to talk about good and bad mothers in fiction.
Bad mothers.
And I know you have some meticulous notes. You were inspired by our guest from last week, Xavier Granville.
I don't have any note cards to hold up.
Oh, okay. That's all right. I just have wait, before we do that, what we talk about what we've been reading.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
You've been reading?
I've been reading.
Yeah. Are
I'm in
more
trouble again.
more BDSM?
No, more erotica, definitely.
Okay.
It's it's called Hotter Than Ever,
Wow, okay.
and it was good. Look it up.
Hotter than ever. Okay.
Yes. Let me see. Who's the author? Why don't you talk about what you've been reading,
Because I'm
and
sure
I'll
it's
look
their
up the
real name.
author.
Now, actually, before I do that, I want to give some shout-outs to some people who have commented. Xavier Granville says, "Holy shit, it's the Hoff, the motherfucking Hoff." That's right, you get the Hoff on Sunday Night Fiction Club. Kevin Michael says, "Get sassy at the RT convention. It's wild." Xavier,
I've heard it's wild.
yeah, Xavier, harken back to the beginning of the show. He said it all began with a sneeze. We have David Anson who checked in and said hello all. Patrick Stempton, I'm sorry, Patrick. I know it's Patrick Stemp. He says evening all, and we also have Michael Laron with us, and I mentioned the lovely and talented Kevin Michael as well. So thank you all for tuning in live. We appreciate it.
Do you see Kevin Michael's comment? He said, "Life is better with an easy bake coven." So he knows our Liz Schulte. And she says, "Hi, thanks."
That's fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, it looks like you were doing some note type stuff there.
I was.
Okay.
Did we get on our topic? What have you been reading?
Oh, you know what? I haven't been doing a lot of reading this week, to be honest. I had a lot of stuff going on. However, I bought a book that I'm rather excited about.
But I bought a book. I haven't read a book, but I bought one.
You know what? I'm going to give a little shout out to my own show, Buddy's Writing Show. I did a show Friday night with author Michael Laron, who I know was watching us tonight.
Awesome.
And he had a new book released on Friday called Festival of Shadows, which is a Decision Select novel. And Michael's only been publishing since January of this year, and that's his third release.
Awesome.
So, yeah, I don't know if you saw the cover for that, but it's got a teddy bear holding a sword.
Cover. Yeah.
It's a fantastic cover, and the book just looks great. I had a busy weekend because my girlfriend visited. Lisa visited. She came up, and we also posted a walking video today with both her and I together in the walking video.
Did?
Walking Buddy. Yeah, it's a short one. It's only 6 minutes. We didn't have time to go to a park, so we were just walking in the parking lot of the restaurant we had just eaten in. So we just kept walking back and forth, and we mentioned Carl Sinclair in there. So Carl, if you're watching, and also the Walking Rob, and we had a lot of fun with that one. There's even possibly a little song for me in there. Little snippet of a song. Yes.
Awesome.
Okay.
So I figured out the author of the book.
Okay.
It's by Ella Kennedy, and it's called Hotter Than Ever, and it's part of a series, so if you're into that kind of stuff. And then I'm also still reading Trust Me, I'm Lying by Ryan Holiday. That's taken me a while to read. I read a chapter every now and then, so I'm slowly getting through that. And I just downloaded a brand new one. I think I had mentioned had read a book called Mind Over Medicine.
Yeah.
In that state of mind, and I found...
Is that by the same author as Hotter Than Ever? I'm just curious.
No. Dr. Rankin wrote that one.
Oh, okay.
And I just downloaded You Are the Placebo, and that is by Dr. Joe Dispenza.
Oh, wow. You Are the Placebo.
Yeah, it's the same kind of vein as, your mind. You're capable of thinking yourself well.
Oh, okay, cool. And for really cool videos on thinking yourself well and getting yourself together, people might want to check out your walking show, which they can find on your channel here on YouTube.
Yeah, I got my 5th one up, and you know what? I just did one real quick this morning, walked around, my friend Christine, we stayed in Nashville with her brother and sister-in-law, and I did a real quick, 6-minute one walking around their house, so I got to get that one cleaned up and
Oh, cool. It's a shame you didn't walk by the thing you talked about, the huge...
Oh, I know. I should have...
Placebo? No, wait.
I should have taken a walk around the Parthenon, huh?
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
And go ahead.
No, go ahead.
There's a huge statue inside the Parthenon. Does anybody... In the comments, does anybody know what temple the Parthenon was? To which god or goddess the Parthenon was a temple to? Could I have botch that sentence anymore. But do you know Buddy?
I don't. But I did want to say this. Well, first of all, Michael LeBron gave me a thank you for the shout out, and also Kevin says Buddy hasn't been reading; he's been making with the smoochies.
He's been making with the smoochies.
Yes, making with the smoochies.
Nice.
Yeah, but we'll look for an answer there in the comments, unless you want to just give an answer.
No, we'll wait.
We shall wait for that then. Okay, let's talk about mothers.
I know. Okay, let's talk about mothers.
Okay.
I've got the peanut gallery back here in the hotel room.
Okay.
This is what happens when you get 4 writers in a hotel room. You get the giggles.
And the Hoff.
Because they don't like, and the Hoff. And the Hoff comes to visit.
Right, that's good. I don't know what kind of games are going to be going on later on with someone pretending to be the Hoff.
Some reindeer games, man.
Okay. All right, so, great mothers in fiction.
Okay. You say good and bad mothers.
Good and bad mothers.
I found a ton of bad mothers.
Okay. All right.
So I'm going to start with an obvious one for those who like to read the horror genre, and that is a book by the master himself, Stephen King, Carrie, which was his first book, right, that he had published. And did you ever read the book?
I did not. I only saw the movie.
Okay, so you know that Carrie's mother is one of those religious fanatics.
Yes, I do remember that.
Her whole thing was, she didn't want Carrie to become sinful because as she matured into a young lady out of childhood, then she would become, a whore and a harlot, and she would lock her daughter in the closet and didn't want her to go to the prom. She was very nasty and mean to her daughter, but she had good intentions. She wanted to save her daughter's soul.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's been so long since I've seen that I barely remember. I should really read that book, huh?
Yes, you should read the book.
Oh, and does Athena mean anything to you?
Yes, Michael Oran is correct, Athena.
Yes.
It is the temple to Athena. And the Parthenon in Nashville has a huge statue. I don't know how tall she actually is, but Christine's brother told me the man or the angel in her hand that Athena's holding is 6 feet tall.
Oh, wow.
So
okay.
you can just imagine. And there was real gold used to make her outfit.
Interesting. Wow.
How crazy is that?
I know. You know what? Do you remember the song Athena by The Who? That's a great song.
I do not.
It's either from the Face Dances album or from the It's Hard album.
We're going to get photobombed all night. You do know that.
What do we have going on there?
Okay, we have some special guests here. We have Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, okay. Little finger puppets of Sherlock Holmes. All right.
I know.
His butt. Apparently it was someone's finger. Okay.
This Ernest Hemingway has come to hang out with us.
Okay.
And I'm not sure who that is. Edgar Allan Poe. Oh, Edgar Allan Poe.
Can we see? I can't see Edgar Allan Poe.
Here's Edgar.
Okay. All right. Wow. We've had 4 major celebrities.
We did. We have 4 major celebrities.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I don't know. Buddy's going to be thinking twice about allowing me to do the show from on the road.
No, it's a good time. I think some alcohol's been had there, huh? It might be, call me crazy, but...
A couple of people had alcohol, yes. I did not, because I did not want to come on here and be drunk and slur and be obnoxious. But maybe that would get more viewers. I don't know.
Oh, Patrick Stamp, he had also chimed in with Carrie's mom in Carrie. Not
yes.
so good. My daughter just started reading that today. Little King fan in the making. Well, that's good. Your daughters are going in the right direction there, Pat.
I tried to get my daughter to read it. She's not ready to, she said.
Well, how old is she?
She's 12.
Oh, okay, yeah. Maybe in the not-too-distant future.
Yeah, in a couple of years.
Yeah. Also in the comments, we had some other... The Walking Rob is watching. Thanks for tuning in, Rob. And he mentioned, I guess this is a bad mother. Yeah, she is a bad mother. Howard's mother from The Big Bang Theory.
She's the worst, Mom.
You gotta love her voice, though. I love when Bernadette does impressions of Howard's mother talking.
Who does impressions?
Bernadette, Howard's
Bernadette.
wife. Yeah, Bernadette's awesome.
You know who else is a bad mom on that show? Leonard's mom.
Leonard's mom. That's
Yeah,
right.
she's the psychiatrist who makes her son a subject of her studies, which is just, ugh.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Wasn't she played by a pretty well-known actress? I'm drawing a
Yes,
blank on that
and I
right
can
now.
never. Do you guys remember who plays Leonard's mom on Big Bang Theory? Christine Baranski.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I do remember that. And then, well, let's face it, Sheldon's mom's not the best mother in the world either. Although she cares, she is a
Although
hard
I'm gonna
ass.
say she's more motherly than them all. I mean, at least
Yeah.
she didn't make her son the subject of experiments or
Right. What was it? There was
subjection.
something with a monkey or a gorilla or something
I
like
don't
that.
know.
I remember that.
I don't
That's
know.
such an awesome. We bring that show up so many times. We're gonna get the cast members on here. Let's try to get Sheldon and them on here some night.
We got to get the Big Bang Theory as guests.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when they hear that the Hoff was here and
Oh.
that Shakespeare and
Next thing you know, we'll have Will Wheaton on the show. Come on.
that'd be good. I don't know. I've been holding a grudge against him for years. He's my enemy. Can't have that. All right.
You got to do it. Will Wheaton.
That's pretty good.
I can't do it.
You look cuter than Sheldon though, so we'll give you that.
I tried very hard.
Yes, well you succeed. All right, let's move to a good mom. Okay?
Okay.
Carol Brady.
I knew you were going to bring up Carol Brady.
Come
Absolutely.
on, Carol Brady from the Brady Bunch. Ideal mom, fashion queen.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
With
she had
that
that.
cute little hair flippy thing, right?
Yeah, well, except for the first couple seasons when she had that really tight perm,
Uh-huh.
which was
Oh,
actually
I
like.
forgot about that. Ew.
Well, the first season was actually she wore a wig because she had her hair cut really short for her movies that she had done. I know way too much about Florence.
I was just going to say, wow, you know some major trivia on this
Yeah,
show.
yeah, but oh come on, what a great mom. Now a lot of people have said, why did they have a maid? Because Carol Brady did not work. But
There
they
were
still had the
6
maid.
kids.
That's the thing. Yeah, I've seen interviews of Florence Henderson where she's defended. Well, yeah, 6 kids, and but she was a good mom. She was a little tough though, because I know, like, if somebody said somebody was a stinker, she thought that was like a big curse word. She goes, I don't like that kind of talk. She would say that, and then, but yeah, pretty good mom. She became a good mom for the boys, even though she was their stepmom, and she said there are no steps in this house except for those going upstairs. That's what she said, because they were all family. I remember when she sang.
So much about that show.
I do. Everyone should. And then there was the Christmas episode where she lost her voice. Remember that? And then
Yeah. Oh my God. I
and
forgot all about
Cindy
that.
asked Santa Claus to bring back her mother's voice so she could sing at Christmas.
She's so cute.
And the dad said, "But Cindy, Santa Claus can't do that." And she's like, well, he's better than God because he's Santa Claus. It was a wonderful thing. I'm kind of paraphrasing Cindy there, but it was something like that. But yeah, Carol Brady, classic TV mom.
Yes, absolute classic.
A good mom, and really looking back, kind of a hot babe. I didn't think that at the time, but Florence Henderson was really an attractive woman. I had a friend in high school and this guy was from the big city, and he was kind of like kind of a badass, but really badass. But he swore that Florence Henderson was the perfect woman. He had read some study where they had done like a statistical thing analyzing like her body and everything, that she was like the perfectly shaped, perfectly proportioned woman.
Oh God.
Okay, that's probably enough about Florence Henderson right now.
No, it's fine. You can wax all lovey-dovey about Florence all you want, buddy.
Wax.
It's so cute.
Okay, well, thank you.
We got some comments.
Okay.
Read some comments, please.
Okay, well, let's see here. I lost something there. Well, David Anson says, a great mom is Marge Simpson, and she is such a great actress. True. Very, very true. Patrick Stem says, most misunderstood mom, the alien queen. She was
memes going around with that.
She was just trying to protect her children when that murdering bitch Sigourney Weaver showed up and killed them all. That's a good point there, Pat.
It's a very good point.
Yeah. Michael Laron says, I love Marie Barone Yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it. From Everybody Loves Raymond, bad lovable mom. And let's give it up for Raymond's wife too. She was a pretty cool mom on the show. Whatever her name is, I forget. Oscar Diaz is checking in. I don't know Oscar, but thank you for
Hi, Oscar.
to the show.
Yay! I don't know
You
who
say hi
Oscar
there.
is, but
Yeah,
welcome
Xavier.
to the show.
Yes, welcome to the show, our new friend. Xavier said, "Anarchy has been unleashed in the form of finger puppets, fuppets."
Fuppets. I love
Fuppets.
it. That's a great term.
Yeah.
Fuppets.
And
Xavier calls them fuppets.
I like that a
Finger
lot,
puppets
Xavier.
or Fuppets.
That's a real word.
What did they say?
We don't think that's a real word.
Oh, it is now?
It is
It
now.
was coined
Xavier
by the
has
great
declared
Xavier.
it so.
He's the great white hope. You need to listen to him. And Xavier also said, he chimed in with one here, Kyle's mom from South Park. She is a big fat bitch. She's the biggest bitch in the whole wide world. And I'll be honest with you, I don't watch that. I don't watch South Park anymore, so I don't remember that very well.
I do remember that.
Okay.
I do remember that. That was something, what's his name said, see, now I'm forgetting all the characters' names. You're going to have to set us straight, Xavier.
I'm sure he will. I'm sure he will. Do you have another mother you'd like to talk about?
I do, and I've got a list of bad moms. I don't know why this stuck out to me today.
I'll keep going with classic sitcom moms, and I'll alternate it.
If you've ever read Lolita by Vladimir Nabokov, the fact that the mother didn't think it was freaky that Humpert was creeping around her daughter, I mean, that's a screwed up mother if I ever saw.
What's his name? Humpert?
Yes.
Nuh-uh, really?
You've never read Lolita?
No, but I think I've seen the movie. Wasn't James Mason in the old movie, like the one from the 50s or 60s?
Oh, I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But, wow, she does sound like a bad mother.
Yes.
How old was this dude?
I forget how old he's supposed to be, but she's, like, only supposed to be, like...
15, 16, something
like
yeah.
Really long. I mean, I think the mother's name was Charlotte.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, read the book if you haven't read it. That's a messed up mom, if ever there was one.
It sounds like a messed up mom.
So bad mom. Bad.
Okay, then I will counter that with a good mom. Okay. Marion Cunningham from Happy Days.
Oh, yeah.
One of probably the best
mom. Best sitcom mom ever.
Best sitcom mom ever. Yeah, she was always there for Richie and Joni, and even Chuck when he was there the first season and a half. Great mom. And
she always stood up when she thought something wasn't right. She didn't just kowtow to the hubby.
No, there was I remember a big episode around there where she really stood up for her rights, and he wanted dinner on the table at a certain time, and she's like, "Here's your meatloaf, here's this, here's that, live it up." And she could be a little naughty too. She'd be getting frisky with Howard. They would say that. She'd be like, "Howard, are you getting frisky?" And then she'd pull his hand and bring him upstairs.
And then the best part is how she took the Fonz under her wing.
Yes.
He knew he so needed a mother figure.
And she was the only one that was allowed to call him Arthur.
Exactly.
Hey, a little trivia here. Marion Ross, who played Mrs. Cunningham, she once appeared on the Brady Bunch.
Did she?
Yes. It was It was one of the early seasons, right? And I think it was first season. All the kids got sick. They all had the flu or something like that, right? And the boys didn't want to go to the girls' doctor, and the girls didn't want to go to the boys' doctor because they already had their own doctor before they got together. So the doctors ended up working together, and she was the girls' doctor.
Ah.
And actually, the boys' doctor was played by Herbert Anderson, who was the father on Dennis the Menace TV show from the 50s.
How do you retain this stuff? You have these notes that you surreptitiously look at when we're not.
No, I just remember that kind of stuff.
Oh my God.
That was a classic episode. You look at there's a guy from classic TV, and then there's a woman who's going to be on a classic TV show in the future, and it was just everything was in perfect harmony in the sitcom world. There you go. So give me a bad mother.
All right, I got another bad mother. From Game of Thrones.
I have never seen that.
Okay, Cersei, who is the mother of the nasty kid who becomes king. And anybody who's a Game of Thrones fanatic, you can just throw Rotten Tomatoes at me for not remembering names. But everybody knows what I'm talking about, the little prince who was an ass. And thank God his ass is dead. Got killed.
Oh, spoilers! Spoilers.
Oh, it's already been on. But
Okay, all right, go ahead.
But, I mean, anybody who has read the books or watched the show knows why she's a bad mother. I mean, first of all, when your children are conceived with your brother, that is a bad mother. Strike one.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
You know, strike two, that she is willing to murder and do... Now, we can argue about this, that she's willing to murder and betray people for the sake of her children.
Yeah, like my mom. Yeah.
Maybe that's a good mother. Maybe, you know, that you would go to any length to get your children what you think they deserve. Joffrey, that's her son's name. Joffrey.
Oh, okay.
But if anybody has any arguments against Cersei being a bad mom, let me know. Maybe she's a great mom, and it's just that she's a terrible person.
I'm really curious if I should really give that show a chance. I don't have HBO, but maybe I should read the books. I don't know. All everybody ever talks about is Game of Thrones. I'm so excited about that show.
My husband read the first book, and he hasn't. Now he's going to go ahead and read all the other books. But he read the first book, and then he just wanted to watch the TV show and not have to worry about, you know, the comparisons and what goes on in one. And
makes sense. Oh, go ahead.
No, just it's what he has told me is that while the books are great, you know, you almost need like a little cheat sheet beside you.
Oh, okay.
To keep track of all the people and the names. But it's just like any fantasy novel. I mean, any fantasy novel I've ever read. I've sometimes, you know, taken notes in the back of the book just to remind myself if they don't already have the names listed. Mm-hmm. So you can know who's related to who. So
it can get pretty confusing. Xavier agreed with Patrick, Patrick's comment on the Alien Queen. He says, I'll agree, though I'm not a fan of aliens personally. I found the aliens very rapey.
Rapey?
Rapey.
Okay.
I don't know if that's a word either. He's on a roll. He's got puppets.
He's making up some words tonight.
He is. So, you know, another not so great. Actually, this is a lot of the moms you see in movies, and you know, like you just described too from Game of Thrones. It's not so much that they're absolutely horrible moms, but they have like bad qualities. And I think one of them was, and I cannot remember the character's name, but the mother in the movie and the book of Terms of Endearment, played by Shirley MacLaine.
Yeah.
And she was like pretty hard ass. I remember that. She was a tough character, tough bird, as they say in certain parts of the world. And but still, she was all about, you know, trying to help her daughter out when she was sick. But she was pretty badass. She had that good relationship with Jack Nicholson in that movie, his character. Another bad mother. Now I'm going to go into music here.
Okay.
It's also, the music inspired a film, and the album was The Wall by Pink Floyd.
Oh, good observation here.
Oh, well, thank you. One of the radio stations in this area, WMGK in Philadelphia, they were doing Rock Mothers this weekend, and they were playing The Mother of All Rock, I think they were called, or something like that. And I heard Mother by Pink Floyd a couple of times, and I love that song. And it's from The Wall. If you're familiar with the story of The Wall, the character Pink, he lost his father even before he was born in World War II, and his mother was really, really domineering. And if you don't know the song, if you don't know the album, if you like Pink Floyd even a little bit, you should really check out The Wall. But that character was not evil, but just so controlling. It really screwed him up as a child, and it ended up screwing him up later on in life. You know, that's what the song Mother's about. Yeah. Yeah,
and I remember that song, Mother, Did It Have to Be So High? You know, how she was trying to protect him.
Right. It's like, and he's
Mother,
questioning
babies comfy and dry. I got the
right. And he's like, Mother, do you think she's good enough for me? It's like he has to have his mother's approval for everything. And, you know, a good mother in some ways because she wanted the best for him, but way too domineering of his life.
Well, I think that comes from, you know, that whole idea that mothers want the best for their kids, and some mothers, will do anything to keep their children safe. And in that attempt to, close them off and keep them safe, you actually mess them up. They become too fragile. So when
Right.
the real world hits, they're like hothouse flowers. They don't have the strength to deal with it because they didn't have to deal with it when they were kids.
Mm-hmm. I love this from Xavier. I'm sorry. It says, Buddy, if you ever need to cheat death, make sure to challenge the Reaper to a game of Brady Bunch trivia for your mortal soul. So I'm kind of loving that. Oh, and Liz Shaldy is here. She says, Norman Bates' mom, Sloppy Evelyn.
Liz, you commented? Norman Bates' mom, Sloppy Evelyn. Shut up. I know but she's not Sloppy Evelyn.
I don't get. Isn't her name Norma?
Yes.
Okay, I don't watch Bates Motel, so I only know her.
I don't know if I'm allowed to give it away.
Is this a spoiler or?
No, Norman Bates. Okay, did you watch the movie Psycho? The original
I saw the movie. Yes.
Okay, and mom was not a nice mom.
No, she wasn't. She wasn't.
At least we can guess that she wasn't a nice mom because of the way Norman acts for her.
Right. Yeah, he does some somewhat naughty things. Yeah. Okay, well that's. How about Bates Motel? Do people? I think a lot. That show is really popular. Do you watch that?
I do not watch that.
I want to see that. Because I was really a fan of the Psycho movie. Well, I loved Psycho and then Psycho 2. Psycho 3 I thought was kind of crap because they turned it into too much gore.
I didn't watch any of those. The original Psycho is a great movie, and I didn't think they needed to have Psycho 2 and Psycho 3.
Yeah.
How do you have a Psycho 2 and a Psycho 3 after that?
Oh, I'll be honest with you. I saw Psycho 2 before I saw Psycho 1.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because I think I was in high school when that came out, and it was on cable all the time, and watched it and thought it was brilliant. Then I ended up going back and seeing the original. And Norman Bates, classic character, and I am curious about Bates Motel. It's just there's just so much stuff to watch and read right now that I'm a little behind on that.
Patrick Stent brings up Anne Ramsey in The Goonies.
Okay, cool. As we've stated on here before, I am the sole person who's never seen The Goonies.
Never seen The Goonies. I assume he's talking about the boy's mother, because I'm losing names now. But there was the two boys that found the map in their attic. So Anne Ramsey's mom, was she bad? I don't know. I mean, she was just kind of halfway there and overworked and overwhelmed. And she let kids translate Spanish, and and they told the poor help who came that if they did a bad job that they would be locked in the attic or something like that.
Okay.
I can't remember now. You have to talk more about that, Patrick.
Now, also, I may be wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. I think Anne Ramsey was also the mother in Throw Mama from the Train. Do you remember? Yeah, do you remember that movie?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, where it was. That was Danny DeVito. Joe Piscopo? I can't remember. No, it wasn't Joe Piscopo. I forget. Someone will chime in and say that. But she was a nasty, nasty mother in that.
Yes, and that whole thing was about them agreeing to kill each other's mom.
Yeah, it was maybe the mom was definitely one of them. I don't know if the other one was the wife of one of the characters. Somebody that was the
maybe
thing. They agreed to kill.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen it.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen it too. But I remember Anne Ramsey was a really scary looking lady. Maybe not in real life, but she played those characters.
Oh, now I know what he's talking about. Anne Ramsey in The Goonies was the mother of the crooks.
Okay.
When you told me Throw Mother from the Train, and I recognize that face. Oh my God! Well, you got to see Goonies because there's the crooks, the ones who get out of jail and escape from jail, and the kids stumble across. Well, the mother has this son that she keeps hidden away and locked away, and I think like the reason why he's the bizarro character that he is because she dropped him on his head when
Oh, okay.
when he was a baby. But she's a really nasty lady in the Goonies, and she's
Okay.
if you can imagine, she's the nasty mother of these two nasty crooks, and you know why they are the way they are.
I'm gonna have to see this movie, and I've seen it even on
You did.
since we've been talking about it on the show. I've seen it like at Target for like $4.99 on DVD. I had to just pick it up. Did you see in the news they're actually going to do a sequel to the Goonies? It was announced a couple of weeks ago.
Are they really?
Yeah, the director came out. I don't know if he wrote the original movie, but the director of the original said he was going to do a sequel, and I guess they're going to have the original actors in there. They're going to try to have them all, which is
Oh my
cool because
God.
some of them like Josh Brolin now. He's a big movie star, and he was one of the kids in the Goonies. And I'm sure Corey. With Corey Feldman, he probably, I'm sure he'll probably do it.
Well, I mean, Corey Haim, poor guy, passed away, so he won't be back. But
Yeah. But, well, there we go. Let's see, who else do I have? Oh, you know who I thought was a horrible mother? And actually a horrible person in general? This is a movie that's beloved by millions and millions of people, and I hated it. And that's Gone with the Wind, Scarlett O'Hara. Horrible mother.
horrible
Horrible
mother.
individual. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you like that movie?
I did. I like the book too. I think there's a sense of either not having a good grip on reality or the sense of propriety. I mean, real sense of compassion and kindness, or just self-absorbed, one or the other.
Oh, she was very self-absorbed. I went and saw that in, I think it was I know it was '99 because I know what girl I went to see it with, and that was her in '99.
I know what year it was by the girl I was dating.
It's a gift. But it was the 60th
You have an
anniversary.
awesome brain.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it's one thing to call it. Awesome. But it was the 60th anniversary of Gone with the Wind. They re-released it in the theaters. Neither one of us had ever seen it, so we were kind of excited to go see it on the big screen. And yes, it was filmed beautifully, and I could see, especially in the 1930s, how people were just like, "Oh my God, look at the fire and just at everything." And but man, we were just like bashing it the whole time. That character is so self-absorbed, and yeah, great movie in so many ways, but I just could not stand Scarlett O'Hara, and obviously a bad mother because her daughter had that horse thing go on, and yeah.
Oh, David Anson just popped up. It was Billy Crystal who was in Throw Mama from the Train.
Yes.
Danny DeVito. Yep.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Good movie. Thank you, David. Thank you. Oh, yes, Xavier Granville. Great one here. How about Annoying Moms? Jackie Tyler, Rose's mom from Doctor Who. Though funny every now and then, was such a pin in the side. I like that. Come to think of it, Martha's mom was even worse.
Martha's mom was worse than Rose's mom.
I agree there. Now, Rose's mom, she could be really annoying. But she, well, there were some characters on there, like also, who was Rose's boyfriend?
Rose's boyfriend on Doctor Who. Does anybody know? Everybody's sitting here going, Mickey.
Mickey, thank you. Now, Mickey was annoying at the beginning, too, but then Mickey became an awesome character, and I really grew to like Jackie, too. She was annoying, but you knew she loved her daughter, and she actually ended up having a good relationship with the Doctor and with Mickey, and as that character evolved, she has some cool stuff happen with her.
Right.
I don't want to say too much.
I never grew to like Martha's mom.
Oh yeah, and Martha was only on really as the full-time companion for one season, so maybe we would have seen more of her mom. But yeah, her mother was annoying, and I remember even being pissed off at the mom when she was like feeding information to the government. But and again, she didn't have much choice there, but not a real lovable mom.
No.
Yeah.
Well, and it's one of those situations where, overbearing, domineering, she knew best what was for her daughter. And maybe, and this is where you get into this gray area, maybe what we think is a bad mom is really a mom going all out trying to protect her children. Who knows,
Yeah, true. Also, Donna's mom, you didn't see a whole lot of her, but she was more likable than Martha's mom.
Mm-hmm.
Donna's mom, well, I mainly remember Donna's grandfather, who was awesome.
Yeah.
If you ever do a thing on grandfathers, he makes like the coolest grandfather ever list. I still want to like be like him when I'm a grandfather.
There you go.
I'm even going to talk with an English accent.
There you
Yeah.
go. Start practicing now.
All right, I will.
Very good.
Thank you, Duff. Thank you.
All right, so I've got another bad mom.
Bring it.
All right, so Flowers in the Attic. Do you remember this book, V.C. Andrews?
Yeah, it's nothing to do with Flowers for Algernon, right? That was something
No.
different.
This
Okay.
is Flowers
Flowers in the Attic with Algernon.
And Corinne was the mother in it. The story starts with the father being killed in a car accident, so it's just Corinne and the kids, and there's 3 kids. And basically what she does, because she can't take care of the kids herself, she has no skills, she can't get jobs, she goes back to her parents, which are these incredibly old money, wealthy people, and basically agrees to have her children locked in the attic while she repairs her relationship with her father. Now, she lies to the children and says this is temporary because as soon as her father forgives her, this is what she tells the kids, then she'll bring the children in to meet their grandfather.
Oh,
but what she doesn't tell the children is that's never going to happen because the father says if it's ever discovered that she had children with her husband that passed away, she would be disinherited. So what Corinne begins to do is to sprinkle arsenic on the children's breakfast pastries.
Oh, wow.
On their cookies. And actually ends up one of the there's 4 kids, and there's 2 little ones and 2 teenage ones, and the little boy, I believe, dies.
Oh, okay. So you read these books? Yeah.
And you want to talk about that is a terrible mom. There is no, she's looking out for her children in that one. She was willing to kill her children to inherit her father's money and start a new life. And it actually, I mean, the ending is pretty good.
Oh, okay. Now, I remember seeing the movie that was made, I think, in the 1980s, Flowers in the Attic. I remember actress Victoria Tennant was in that. Mm-hmm. And she was also in one of my favorite movies, All of Me, with Steve Martin and Lily Tomlin. She was the daughter, Fred's daughter, I guess. Yeah, she was pretty evil in that. Not a mother in there, but she's pretty evil. Oh, speaking of good moms, you mentioned Corinne, and that made me think of, not many of our viewers might know this show, but I think David Anson might. You might remember it, too. Do you remember Soap?
Yes, I remember Soap. Oh, my God, yes.
I loved Soap. I have all 4 seasons of Soap on DVD. But the mothers on there were great. You had Katherine Hellman as Jessica Tate, and she was like kind of a little wacky, she's a little airheady, but she was an awesome mom, even though she was crazy. She was an awesome mom to her kids. And then you had the other one too, Mary Campbell, played by Catherine Damon. And you remember her? She was married to Bert.
Yes.
Bert was the one he like went like this and he turned invisible and stuff. And she was Billy Crystal's character's mother on there. And a lot of people, if you're not familiar with the show, that Billy Crystal's character Jody on there was really, I think, the first character in a primetime show here in America who was a homosexual. Yeah. And a lot of the characters were against that. They didn't understand it, but she was always like the very, very supportive mother. And Mary Campbell was one of the sweetest. I mean, she dealt with all these. She was like the sane person around all these crazy people. Mm-hmm. Except she was so sweet and she was like so great to her family, especially her kids. She's one of my favorite moms ever in TV shows. That was a great show. I wish that was on Netflix so more people.
Wasn't there a whole thing with someone being abducted by aliens?
Yes, Bert, who was played by Richard Mulligan, who later went on to be on Empty Nest on NBC on Saturday nights at 9 p.m. He was abducted by aliens, and that was in the 2nd season. And then he came back, and there was like an alien Bert who was living with them. And then Mary got pregnant. She wasn't sure if she was pregnant by alien Bert or real Bert.
Oh,
and that was like a whole big storyline on there too.
Yep.
Oh, what a great show!
Yeah, it was a great show.
Great show.
God, you make me want to go back and watch it again.
You should. It's a great show. I'll lend you the DVDs.
Okay, so I've been bringing up moms and books. I'm going to bring up a TV show mom, and the world can debate whether this is a good mom or a bad mom. I don't really think she was a bad mom. I think she was always looking out for her kids.
Hey, real quick, having a problem with your audio. Did something maybe come loose there?
Let me check.
Okay. You kind of sounded distant.
Can you hear me now?
A little better. Okay.
A little better?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have my regular headset with me, so.
Okay.
Roseanne. Do you remember the TV show Roseanne?
Yeah, she actually made the list here.
Oh, cool. So Roseanne is an unconventional mom in some ways because
True.
she let. Can you still hear me okay, or is my audio fading?
It's not. It's more distant now. We can hear you enough to understand you, I think.
Okay.
I don't know what happened there.
Guys. All these technical difficulties. I'll tell you, if I do this on the road again, I will make sure I have my headphones and all kinds of stuff.
So were you a fan then of Roseanne?
I did. I loved the Roseanne show, and I loved her approach to motherhood. It was always trying to be stern and trying to keep these kids on the right track. She had a sense of humor, and she did relate to the kids, and she did understand what they were going through, and and of course the show was just fun as hell.
See, now I've always been in the minority on this, but I was never a fan of that show. I didn't like it when it was out. I didn't like her. So I have this thing where if I don't like someone personally, I have a hard time watching them in other things or even listening to their music. I talked about that on one of my walking shows, and I remember just seeing some interviews with her where maybe fame had gone to her head, but she just seemed really, really arrogant at the time. And I tried watching the show, and I remember like towards the beginning of the show, and Roseanne, if you're watching, I'm sorry, but I remember I couldn't stand her as an actress, and I guess that got better as it went on. But at the beginning, I know she was just coming into it, no acting experience. She had been a stand-up comedian, but I remember she was doing a scene with like the little boy at the time, and it was early on in the show, and I guess he was like 5 or something like that, and I couldn't tell which one was a worse actor. Because she was just so wooden in her lines, and the little boy was so wooden. And I wanted to watch John Goodman come in, and he's excellent. And I'm thinking, this poor man. He's like with all these unprofessionals on here. But I know that I've caught some here and there because I was forced to watch it because girlfriends wouldn't do it and stuff like that. And I guess not a horrible show. It was a good show, but I just never got into it. But I did write her down too because even though I'm saying all this stuff, she did strike me as being a good mom.
Right.
Yeah, very unconventional, like you said.
Yeah,
And not a great actress, but she was a good mom. Roseanne Connor was a good mom.
I think she played a good mom, and she she dealt with some of the things that I think that middle America deals with. Like, she had a boyfriend of one of her daughters that she took in because his parents were totally neglectful of him and didn't take care of him, and she took him in and. That's a tough situation to be in, but do you abandon the kid? I like those parts of the storyline. Really do.
Yeah, that's a show that I should give another chance to. We do have some cool comments here. David Anson had let us know that Mickey Smith was the character from Doctor Who. Xavier asks, David also agreed with me that Soap was excellent. Great show. Michael Laron says, I'm going to throw this one out there. Anybody remember Ma Jode from Grapes of Wrath? Yeah, she sacrificed just about everything. I didn't even think about that. But yes,
and it's so
great
funny.
example.
There's some great literature of moms. Anyway, like Pride and Prejudice, and there's good examples of moms out there, or like interesting examples of moms out there.
Yeah. Xavier asks, does Chandler's dad from Friends count as a mom?
Well, I don't know. Or did she have the surgery?
That was right. Kathleen Turner played his mom in one episode. And
played his dad.
Oh, I'm sorry, his dad, yeah. His mom, do you remember who played his mom?
Oh, I can picture her, but I can't remember her name. But I bet you do.
Morgan Fairchild.
Yes, Morgan Fairchild. Thank you.
Doing my little John Lovitz impersonation there from Saturday Night Live. But she was, not a great mom, loving, but then she slept with his best friend. I think didn't she sleep with Ross or something like that? There was some weird thing there.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think so. I think you're right.
Yeah, Friends was such a great show.
It was.
Yeah, Friends was fantastic, and Rachel ended up being a good mom, and then Chandler and Monica at the end became parents, and I'm sure that Monica would have been a good mom too. Although Monica was kind of a pain in the ass with a lot of things. Yeah. And when Phoebe even became a mom.
Oh yeah, she had her brothers.
She had her brothers. Was it twins or triplets?
Triplets. That sounds terrible, doesn't it? She had her brothers triplets.
Right. So she was a
surrogate.
Right.
Keeping things over here, sorry.
That's okay. But yeah, Friends was an awesome show. Just seeing if I missed any other comments here. No. Oh, David Anson said Joan Crawford's character in Pretty Baby. I believe Betty Davis played her. Okay. Okay.
It's been a while since I've seen it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I do remember. I saw it a long time ago, and yeah, that's a classic movie. There's a couple of great actresses there.
Well, of course, talking of Joan Crawford, Mommy Dearest.
Well, yeah, and that's yeah, she did not seem like a good mom in real life now, did she?
No, not at all. Of course, we're getting her daughter's story because her mom cuts her off and doesn't give her any money when she dies. So, what is she telling us?
Yeah. Xavier says, I remember seeing Roseanne's autobiography in a dollar bookstore and nearly fell over laughing. My life as a woman. Hilarious.
Too funny.
Mm-hmm. Now, I wouldn't call this character a mom, but she was a nanny, and that would be the nanny.
Oh.
She was a good, surrogate mother for the children. Not surrogate. You know what I mean. She was like a fill-in mom for not surrogate mother. Yeah. She looked nice in her little mini skirts too.
I was just going to say, and something nice to look at too.
She's quite lovely. Quite lovely, that found fawn. You got any other bad moms? You said you had all these bad moms on there.
I've got another one.
Okay.
And it is. Have you ever read Madame Bovary?
No, I have not. I've heard of it though.
Okay, and Emma Bovary. I don't know. We just don't kind of think of her as a nice person overall, but to think of what she did, and the position she put her daughter in the end, because she basically has this affair and brings ruin onto the family. She spends all this money, and if you don't want to read the book, there's a movie. You can read Madame Bovary.
Oh, okay.
So, but basically, for her own, and she's a very selfish woman, very self-absorbed. It's kind of hedonistic. Everything she wants, she goes after, and just kind of sacrifices her life and her reputation and her husband's reputation, and treats her husband pretty badly. Sees him as weak, and instead of bolstering him up, and I don't know if she could have, but she really kind of tears the whole family apart trying to satisfy her need for the things she felt she lacked. Passion and things, and monetary things.
Okay.
And basically makes the whole family a mockery. It's basically a terrible mom.
She sounds like a terrible mom. Oh my gosh. Wow. Hey, you know what we haven't done?
Album of the week.
We haven't. Can you see the album of the week?
I do.
Okay. Well, this is by one of my favorite bands, the Monkees. Now, I of course own everything by the Monkees because
of course
I love the Monkees. This was a special release back in the '80s. It's called Monkey Flips. Now, you won't be able to find this now, but if you're looking through some classic record store, it's Best of the Monkees Volume 4. 14 swinging songs. And on this one, it wasn't like some of their bigger hits. It was some of their later stuff and some of the stuff that was hard to find. And this was really cool that this record company in the 80s had put out some of these, because this was even before you had the big revival on MTV where all their stuff ended up being re-released. And it had rare stuff on here like No Time, Oh My, Circle Sky, which was from their movie Head. Gonna Buy Me a Dog, which was a really, really fun sort of novelty song that was on one of the first episodes of the show. You Told Me, Forget That Girl, Love Is Only Sleeping, which is a great one that Michael Nesmith sang. I used to play the hell out of this album.
I'm intrigued that it's Volume 4.
They put out a lot of stuff. I mean, they only recorded for about 4 years, but in that time they had 9 studio albums, and plus there was a ton of stuff that was unreleased. There were some things that were just on the TV show that didn't make it onto vinyl or CD releases until 20, 30 years later. I mean, they had a lot of music. They had a lot of great songwriters working for them, in addition to the songs that they later did themselves as songwriters. They weren't allowed to do much at the beginning, of course. They didn't have the creative control. That didn't come till much later. But I love.
Do you have volumes 1, 2, and 3 as well?
I think I had volume 2.
Oh.
Well, no, it's okay. I don't want you to lose sleep over this, okay? Because I
Okay,
had all
okay.
those songs on other collections.
Okay. So that's why you didn't get volumes 1 and 3.
Right, and I got
Okay.
and
I was going to go, oh no, but he doesn't have
no, but I highly recommend a box set. It's a 4 CD set called Listen to the Band, and
Okay.
it covers their whole career. Really, really good.
Nice.
Yeah. Any questions about the Monkees, you guys hit me up, buddygott@gmail.com. Also, I want to give a shout out if you are on Facebook and you want to be friends on Facebook, look me up there too, Buddy Gott. I'm active on Facebook more than anything else.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, and I'm really
trying
getting
to
into
be
Google
more
Plus.
active. I'm sorry. Oh, that's driving. Not that I'm the one actually doing the driving. I am the navigator.
Oh, okay.
I'm the navigator and the music player and.
Nice. You were saying you're going to try to get more active on what? On Google?
Google Plus.
Yeah, I'm liking Google Plus a lot.
Yeah, me too. It's growing on me more and more. I think it was a hard transition because I really was brainwashed by Facebook on how the interface should be. But
Yeah.
I'm starting to really warm up to the Google Plus more.
And I'm like a lot of people where when Google Plus came out, it was going to be the hot new thing, and I signed up for it right away. And because I was so used to Facebook, and I think a lot of people were this way, they were kind of disappointed in Google Plus, but Google Plus has gotten better over the past year or so, I think.
I think so too.
You think so too?
I'm sorry.
No, that's good.
It was 11 hours on the road yesterday.
That's a lot.
And then, 8 hours on the road today.
Oh, that's an awful lot. Even if you're just a navigator.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot.
But it's fun because we drove to Nashville. Nashville is such a cool town.
Yeah, I got to get to
Nashville. Road. Do you know the road between Nashville and Memphis, what the nickname for it is?
No, I have no idea.
The Music Highway.
Oh, I like that. Hey.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Michael Laron agreed with you. He said, yep, Emma Bovary is a pretty crappy mom.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah, and Xavier asks us, what about Robin Williams in Mrs. Doubtfire? By pretending to be an old English nanny, he learns to be a creepy father.
It has nothing to do with mothers.
Yeah, I just saw that they're planning a sequel to Mrs. Doubtfire.
No, they're not.
I swear to God.
Oh,
it was just released. It was just announced like 2 weeks ago.
Can they not leave anything alone? It was a perfectly fine story the way it was told.
Well, I don't know the name of the actress, but the actress who played one of the I don't know how many daughters and sons there were in it, but she played a daughter in that movie. She said she wants absolutely nothing to do with any sequel because she feels they told the story that they needed to do. She doesn't want to have anything.
Exactly. What else does there need to be? What else?
Well, yeah, and was he going to dress up again? Why would he dress up again?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I hate when they do that. There's no point to a sequel. Like, I didn't think there was any point to a sequel on Psycho. No.
Well, try to see Psycho 2 sometime. It's pretty good.
All right.
It's pretty good. Don't bother with Psycho 3, but Psycho 2 was pretty good. I'm just looking to see if we have any more comments here that I may have missed. And I'll try to mute my thing. You know what? I think we're all caught up on the comments, so I want to thank everybody for tuning in and, bearing with us when we had the technical problems.
I know. I apologize to all our viewers. When I'm traveling, I need to be on top of this.
And, it's Mother's Day, so you get a free pass there.
Yay!
Yay!
We get 1 day a year, but we still have to work anyways.
Well, look, I hope you have a fantastic time this coming week. I think you will.
Oh, my gosh. I'm so looking forward. I've never been to New Orleans before, so this is going to be awesome. And I'm trying to do some walk casts while I'm here. Like I said, I did one yesterday. I'm going to try to do one when I get to New Orleans tomorrow, because I figure by the time we get to the hotel, I'm going to go off for like a little walk and do a little walk cast.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's a great, great idea. So, yeah, everybody check out Melissa's channel on YouTube, and you can see her great walkcasts. What do you have, 4 or 5 of them now, you said?
I have 5 of them now, and, of course, please check out Buddy Gott's channel and watch not only his writing show, but his walkcasts as well.
Well, thank you very much.
And you said, you had a special guest this weekend. Yeah.
Yes, I had.
Cool. I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah, I just posted that a few hours ago. It's author L.M. Stahl, who some also know as Lisa Stahl. She's a great writer. She's also my girlfriend, and like I said, she visited, and we did this fun little show. It's only 6 minutes long. Usually the things last about 15, 20 minutes, but so yeah, check it out. And Melissa, good luck with your new books. You have some new releases out, and we might want to remind people about those.
Yep, and I also have the 4th book in the series coming out May 30th.
Oh, fantastic! That's great, great. And it's the Little Flame series.
The Little Flame, and the first 3 books are 9:30, Electric, and Starland, and the 4th one is Limelight.
Okay, are the first 3 still on sale, or did they miss out on that?
Actually, they're lucky because I'm traveling, and I was unable to take it off sale.
Oh, okay.
So they're still on sale for a couple more days until I sit down and get things straightened out. So lucky you guys that I'm traveling and having technical difficulties.
Yes, go to Amazon or any other fine ebook retailers to check those books out.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And we thank everybody for tuning in. And I want to give a special thank you to David Hasselhoff for stopping in.
Oh, yes. Special thanks to David Hasselhoff for showing up.
And the Fuppets.
And the Fuppets.
Yes. And thank you, Xavier, for coining the term Fuppets. I like that a lot. And really, everybody who tuned in, and especially if you commented in the comments live, thank you so much. We really enjoy that. That's a big, big part of our show, and we have so much fun interacting with you.
This show is so much about you guys. Plus, we need your help. Help us. Please, help us.
And we call it Sunday Night Fiction Club for a reason, because it's not just you and I doing the show. You know, we've got some great regulars who join us every week, or darn near every week. Then I just said darn near. You know,
darn near.
I watched Andy Griffith's show last week, and it's kicking in now. It's the part of my life. So we have a heck of a lot of fun. So thank you all very, very much, and I wish everybody a happy rest of Mother's Day if you're a mother, and have a great week, everyone.
And didn't we want to make an announcement that...
We did want to make an announcement. Starting on next week's show, we were inspired with this by our friends at the Self-Publishing Roundtable, which includes Carl Sinclair. After their shows, which they do every Thursday night here on YouTube, they do an after party where they ask their live viewers if they want to, have a little, join us for a party after the show. After we do the show live, this will not be on air. It's an off-air after party. We'll just let us know. We'll send you an invite, and then we can get on camera and just talk. We could talk about the show. We could just talk about other things. Just kind of hang out and chat for a while. It's fun, and I did that the other night after my interview with Michael Laurent. It's like Michael and Lisa and Patrick Stemp and I hung out, and it was a lot of fun. So we're going to start doing that next week. So if you're interested, have your headset, your camera, and mic set to go, and we'll have fun just hanging out. And that's it. Yeah, well, thanks. I think it'll be fun. So everybody, again, have a fantastic week. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next Sunday.
Good night, everybody.